Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority has been unexpectedly creating delays in prosecution regarding the big cases of corruption, including the land scam of Nepal Oil Corporation, wide-body aircraft scam of Nepal Airlines, and land scam of Lalita Niwas in Balwatar. The anti-graft body has also so far failed to charge any political leaders or bureaucrats of amassing property through illegal means. Good morning, I'm Amit Bakrel, and these are the top stories this hour. Corruption watchdog CIAA reluctant in filing cases against big corruption cases, indifferent towards investigating on senior political leaders and administrators amassing wealth illegally. Although Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli announced last year of running ships in country, study works have not even been started. It's law still to be formed. And Arsenal defeats Manchester United 2-0 on the English Premier League last night. Manchester City gets better of Everton in another match. The Nepal Oil Corporation has hiked the price of petroleum products. The increased price of petrol, diesel and kerosene by 2 rupees per litre has come into effect from yesterday midnight. According to the corporation, the price of the petroleum products has been adjusted as per a new price list sent by the Indian Oil Corporation. The prices of aviation fuel and LPG have, however, been the same. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority (CIAA) has been filing small cases of corruption at the special court almost on a daily basis. However, the anti-graft body is unexpectedly creating delays in filing big cases, including the land scam of Nepal Oil Corporation, wide-body aircraft scam of Nepal Airlines, and land scam of Lalita Niwas in Balwatar. Not only this, during the tenure of the Navin Khimiri as the Chief Commissioner of CIAA, the anti-graft body has failed to charge any political leaders or bureaucrats of amassing property through illegal means. Though the Public Accounts Committee under the Parliament had directed last year to investigate into the wide-body scam of Nepal Airlines, the anti-graft body has not taken any major steps until now on the issue. The question has risen on the indecisive move of the CIA in the case, which has been told to be at the last stage of the investigation. Likewise, the corruption watchdog has been seen reluctant in filing the 2.31 billion rupee embezzlement case of the land scam of Nepal Oil Corporation. The anti-graft body had filed a case against the then Managing Director Gopal Kharka of Nepal Oil Corporation, charging him of amassing property through illegal means, but failed to drag other individuals related to the case. The CIA could not file the case in the 113 Dropini land swindle of Lalita Niwas, though the Commission had started the investigation based on the report submitted by former Secretary Sarada Twital. It is very obvious to raise the question regarding the data revealed by CIAA that shows less number of cases filed of high-profile corruption. Legal experts opine that the CIA failed to give priority to its responsibility and has clearly shown its soft corner towards the political leadership and influential people. The CIA has a major responsibility to probe into high-profile corruption cases and to investigate on amassing property through illegal means. However, during the tenure of Chief Commissioner Khimiri, the authority has ignored in the investigation of the amassing property by political figures and bureaucrats, as it could not file any cases this year, though the Chief Commissioner claimed publicly that the anti-graft body had filed cases against 140 individuals last year in amassing wealth illegally. If the leaderships of the CIA are looking to end their tenures without controversies, then it would not justify the responsibilities for the post. While inaugurating the office of Nepal ship on 14th of February 2019, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli had announced that Nepalese would be able to travel abroad on Nepalese ships. However, after almost a year of establishing the office, it has not functioned in a full-fledged manner. During his first tenure of the premiership, Prime Minister Oli had announced that the government would operate ships in the major rivers of the country. It was, however, not possible to fulfill the program in the 10-month tenure of his premiership. After the election with two-thirds majority, Oli was re-elected to the post of the executive head of the country in February 2018. Besides that, Prime Minister Oli had also claimed that Nepalese citizens would be able to travel in ships from 1st of January 2019. A year has passed since the date Premier Oli has claimed to run ships in Nepal. Though the government has established the office of Nepal ship at Kantipur, it has not yet operated properly. 11 officials at the office are deprived of works without a proper act form. With the absence of the act, the detailed project report on the possible route to be operated in Saptakusi, Narayani and Kantipur rivers could not be identified till date. Besides that, the government should abide by the international law and criteria of maritime. All the procedures are in limbo without proper acts. Meanwhile, the concerned ministry informed that the acts are still in draft process, which would further delay the operation of the ships in the country for another year. The delay in the operation of such an ambitious project that the Prime Minister had assured time and again, which is still in documentation process, shows that either the Prime Minister speaks without proper studies or he is not accountable for his statements. And time now for a short break. For more news, do stay with us. Welcome back after the break. The Supreme Court has ordered the government to provide the official and historic documents related to the map of Nepal. A single bench of Justice Hari Puyal yesterday ordered the government after the hearing and a writ on public interest related to the map. Likewise, the Supreme Court has asked the government to submit the statistics of materials within 15 days that had been used in the map of Nepal during the promulgation of the Constitution. The court has also ordered the government to provide documents related to the Sugoli Treaty of 1816 with the British East India Company, the Border Treaty of 1960 and the map related to the treaty. Likewise, the Apex Court has also asked the government to provide the official documents including the treaty, map and other official papers stating the sovereignty of Nepal while taking the membership of international and regional organizations including the United Nations. Earlier, the Supreme Court had issued a show cause on the similar kind of writ on 15th of November. The court has informed that further hearing will be carried out merging both the writs. Senior advocate Biswa Prakash Bhandari along with border activists filed the latest writ at the Supreme Court demanding the government to publish the map based on the Sugoli Treaty. The petitioners have claimed that the map recently published by India, including Nepalese territories of Kalapani, Limpiatura and Lipulek, and the map in the Constitution of Nepal are faulty and demanded to amend it. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the residents of Sindhupalchok district how has the budget based on gender accountability been implemented at the local level. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
उत्तरदायित्व बजेटले भ्याउने अनुसारले नगरले चाहिँ हामीलाई छुटाएर त्यो ठाउँमा चाहिँ तालिम व्यवस्थापन गरिदिएको छ र तालिम पश्चात चाहिँ त्यहाँका ग्रामीण भेगका आमाहरूले कसैले बाख्रा, कसैले कुखुरा, कसैले चुरा बनाउने, कसैले मुडा बनाउने, गलैँचा बुन्ने विविध कार्यक्रममा चाहिँ उहाँहरूको आफ्नो भइरहेको सिपलाई पनि अलिकता माथि पुग्ने टेवा चाहिँ त्यसले पुराको छ।
हामी सबैजना मिलेर चाहिँ यो बजेटलाई चाहिँ दायाँ हुन दिएका छैन। महिलाकै शीर्षकमा महिलाकै उत्थानको लागि चाहिँ खर्च गरेका छन्।
महिलाहरूलाई क्षमता अभिवृद्धिको तालिमहरू दिएर चेतनामूलक कार्यक्रम गरेर यसरी नै बजेटहरूलाई चाहिँ स्थानीय तहले खर्च गरिरहेको अवस्था छ।
And time now for another short break. For more news, do stay with us. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what should be done to make Visit Nepal 2020 campaign a success? And options are A. Raise the standard of services, B. Aggressive publicity in foreign countries, and C. Apply unique market promotion. The voting for the question is on. Type NAWS, select to option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now the sports update.
Sports news.
Mikel Arteta earned his first win as Arsenal manager last night with a 2-0 victory over Manchester United, secured by first-half goals from Nicolas Pep and Socrates. Pep swept in the opener in the 8th minute and Socrates grabbed the second in the 42nd after United goalkeeper David De Gea parried Alexander Lacazette's header. After collecting 1 point from his first 2 games since replacing Unai Emery, Arteta secured Arsenal's first win at home in league in 3 months. While Arsenal climbed to 10th in the standings, United missed a chance to close in on the Champions League places. Likewise, 2 goals from Gabriel Jesus helped Manchester City earn victory over Everton at Etihad Stadium in another EPL match played last night, as new Everton manager Carlo Ancelotti suffered his first Premier League defeat. In another EPL matches, Southampton defeated Tottenham 1-0, while 4th place Chelsea was settled at a 1-1 draw with Brighton. Liverpool is taking on Sheffield United in today's match under the English Premier League. Saraswati Youth Club is taking on APF in today's only match under the Mortis Memorial 8th Division League football. The match is slated to kick off at the Enfar complex in Lalitpur, South Dapato at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Saraswati is seeking its first win in the ongoing league today after suffering consecutive defeats in previous 3 matches. The match is also a must-win for Saraswati to move beyond the relegation round. Another contender, APF2, has failed to secure a win in ongoing league. APF is currently at the 12th position in the league table with 1 point. It's time now for our special segment, Glorious History. The 1st of January was celebrated as New Year's Day for the first time in 45 BC, with the Julian calendar coming into effect. The calendar was proposed by a populist Roman dictator, Julius Caesar, in 46 BC, which was a reform of the earlier Roman calendar. The calendar was designed with the aid of Greek mathematicians and astronomers. The calendar was predominant in the Roman world, most of Europe, and in European settlements in the Americas and elsewhere. It was, however, modified and gradually replaced by the Gregorian calendar, promulgated in the year 1582 by Pope Gregory VIII. The Julian calendar is still used in parts of the Eastern Orthodox Church, in parts of Oriental Orthodoxy and Anabaptism, a Christian movement which traces its origin to the radical Reformation, as well as by the Berbers, an ethnic group of several nations, mostly indigenous to North Africa and some northern parts of West Africa. On 1st of January 1863, late U.S. President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation as the nation approached its 3rd year of bloody civil war. The proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free. Despite the extensive wording, the Emancipation Proclamation was limited in many ways. For instance, it applied only to states that had seceded from the United States, leaving slavery untouched in the loyal border states. The Emancipation Proclamation, however, did more than lift the war to the level of a crusade for human freedom. It brought some substantial practical results because it allowed the US, the then known as Union, to recruit black soldiers. And before we wrap up, a reminder of the top stories. Corruption watchdog CIA reluctant in filing cases against big corruption cases, indifferent towards investigating on senior political leaders and administrators amassing wealth illegally. Although Prime Minister KP Wali announced last year of running ships and the country's study works have not been started, with law still to be formed. Arsenal defeats Manchester United 2-0 under English Premier League last night. Manchester City gets better off Everton in another match. And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a good day.